Good afternoon, folks. It is Sunday afternoon, and I had a video planned. And in the process of filming it, I discovered that my assumptions were wrong. My perceptions were wrong. I have two Strats, as you probably know if you've watched any of the other videos. I have an American Performer and an American Special. And the American Special was my first of the two, not first guitar. And I actually like it better. I like the sound of it, the feel of it in terms of the playing feel better. I was going to do a video comparing the two sounds. What does the Special have versus the Performer? And because they're double, it's double the price if you buy them new. It's almost double. And the Special I have has very plain pickups. They're the Texas Specials or something like that. That whatever they were including a few years back in I think it's a 2016. So if anybody cares, go look it up. 2016 American Special, singles all across. They sound good. There's nothing superb about them. What I like about this instrument is not necessarily the sound itself, it's just the whole thing. The sound is very mellow, smooth. The Performer, it's a little more in your face, it's a little more aggressive. I usually have the volume rolled off, but feels great, plays great. If you're going for a more aggressive sound, definitely the instrument. But I did the recording, couldn't tell. Completely honest, I played it back and I, for a minute there, was not sure which was which, and if I had gotten them mixed up, I don't know. I don't know that I could have told them apart. And yes, the cat just walked in because I'm talking to the camera. She always does. Yeah, really similar. So I said, okay, let's throw a curveball in then, since we've just demonstrated that these two guitars are close enough that if you're just strumming a chord, not a huge difference, right? I mean, they feel different, and certainly you'll notice it when you're playing. But sound out the other end that somebody's going to hear, certainly not in a band mix, you're not going to tell. You'll tell because one's got a humbucker in the bridge, so if you switch to the bridge, it's all different. But no, so I threw in the Gibson Les Paul. I've got P90s on mine, and obviously much different sound. Much more harmonically dense is, I guess, the way I want to put it. There's a lot more going on with that sound, and the instrument construction is different enough that it's got a different tone to it. So had to cut some stuff out there. So okay, I did the Gibson and I threw that in the mix and said, okay, definitely you can tell that here is something worth watching for you guys. So, but the idea was to compare Strats. I wanted to see how big a difference it really is between the two Strats. We'll get there. And I was wrong. The difference was not enough to justify anything. I could have done a 2-second video saying, hey, these two Strats sound the same. So I said, okay, let's make this worthwhile. Off to Guitar Center we go, and we buy a Squier Strat. Your absolutely bog standard El Cheapo Squier Strat. $130. I think it was $138 after taxes. Nothing special. It's an SSH or HSS or however they put it. It's bridge humbucker. I didn't put it in the video in terms of the sound. The humbucker is not on par with the American Performer. The humbucker is the worst sounding pickup of the three in the guitar. if I was going to use this for real, I would change out that humbucker and leave the 2 single coils probably. So I threw it in there. And let's take a listen, because you may be surprised. I'm not going to spoil it. We'll come back after you listen. But interesting, very interesting. So there's 2 Strats, a Gibson, and another Strat. And I may have mixed them up, because I told you what I did in terms of the order, right? I may have mixed them up for you. Maybe I didn't. The Gibson is obvious. It's a gimme. If anybody can't tell what that is, I mean, you might not know it's a Gibson Les Paul with P90s, but you know it's different. But I may have played with the Strats. So which one's which? And I mean, 2 of them are awful damn close. One's a little different. But none of them are horrible. Which one was the Squire? Well, the Squire was the last one. The Squire was the last set of chords, last chord at the end. And the Gibson was before that. The American Special was before that. And then the first one was the Performer. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed. The Squire, it's not quite as clean and crisp, and I don't even know how to put it. It doesn't have that same chimey goodness to it. But didn't sound bad. Didn't sound muddy. Didn't sound weird. I have not adjusted the pickups. They are whatever height they were at. I haven't even looked to see what they are relative to my other 2. My other 2 are adjusted. I played with it until I got it where I thought it sounded best. It's got brand new strings on it. The other 2 have older strings. They're nice and broken in. In fact, the Special really needs a new set. I haven't played with the Squire at all. So the bridge is, I think, sitting flush on the wood. It's $130, folks, and don't think about it as playing clean. Put that sound into something else. You know, have other pedals going, have other instruments involved. Would you notice, would you care if you were the listener? See, the key here is we hear it. The person playing it definitely notices. When I'm playing it, I can hear between the 2 good Strats, expensive Strats. I don't want to imply that the Squire isn't good, because as we just proved, for the money, it's excellent. But if you're playing with a group, I'm not sure that Squire doesn't work just fine. Certainly, you're not going to be standing up there soloing with nobody else involved, or with only the bass player behind you. Really tough to say that wouldn't be absolutely fine for almost anything. Just don't use the bridge humbucker. it was rough. I mean, I played some bad humbuckers, and that may have been the worst. That's it. $130, about $1,000, and almost $2,000. And if I had the cash to do it, I would have brought home one of the $4,000 custom shops and thrown that in the mix. But I wasn't doing that to my credit card. And yeah, my checking account does not support $4,000 impulse buys. and if I broke it or damaged it, not being able to return it would really hurt. That's it, folks. You heard it here. I'm not going to say first because other people have done this kind of thing, but I was shocked. I really was. So I may keep that Squire. I don't know. I may give it to my nephew this coming summer if he's interested in playing. It sounds damn good. That, give him a little amp. Give him a nicer amp, probably, actually, to be honest. But he's going to have to use headphones as my sister will not put up with the noise. So, take care. I'll keep playing and have fun.